It being around the 400th anniversary of the first European settlement here in New Hampshire, you may have heard that the man who created that settlement, actually right here where I'm standing, was a guy named David Thompson, and you may wonder what kind of a person he was. Well, he was remarkable. To begin with, he spoke the Algonquin language, the language of the Native Americans who lived here. How and why did he learn this language? Well, first of all, David's father was a Scottish clergyman in the service of Sir Ferdinando Gorges, the governor of Plymouth, England. Now, you may know that much of New Hampshire and Maine were granted to Ferdinando and his business partner, Captain John Mason. So David Thompson was part of Sir Ferdinando's inner circle. As a result, he was educated along with the Lord's children. He became, in other words, a gentleman. And when David was only 12 years old, Sir Ferdinando received a gift of 5 Native Americans who had been kidnapped from the New England shore. This was, by the way, 1604, a long time ago. These Native Americans were housed in the same building as David and his family lived in. And David, being an inquisitive boy, befriended them, and he learned to speak Algonquin. He, in fact, became the Native Americans' interpreter. In 1607, David was part of an expedition that founded a colony called Popham in what is now Phippsburg, Maine, at the mouth of the Kennebec River. This was right at the time of Jamestown, Virginia, was a place called Popham, and it lasted only 14 months. David was included in the expedition because of his knowledge of Algonquin. He was 14 years old. Over the years, David Thompson visited New Hampshire and Maine and the coast here a number of times, and he knew this area as well as any man in England. He knew where I'm standing. And David Thompson entered manhood. He learned shipmaking from his father-in-law, who owned a shipyard. He also was a scholar, and he was an apothecary. As for his looks, he was tall and fair and athletic. So, why did he choose to settle here in New Hampshire? Well, that's for another installment, so stay tuned.